So, welcome back to Solo Board Gaming presents the Grass Crown Battle of Heraclea. Now, if you remember from the last episode, Levinus for Rome used his initiative token, here it is, and therefore passed it over to Piracy. It's Piracy's turn. What will Piracy do? Let's clear the battle area. And what kind of situation is Piracy in now? Does Piracy sense victory? Maybe, maybe. Right, first of all, I think he's going to continue his battle here with this phalanx. So he's going to command his purple phalanx to... Actually, I think he'll try a rally. Can he try a rally? Yes, he can. Rally, combat. Because he's going to try and rally this counter. Now, for a rally, don't forget, he adds fresh adjacent units. So he's got 1, 2, 3 adjacent units to his die roll. And he needs to roll an 8. Let's go. Rally, rally, rally. Oh dear. He actually rolled a natural 8. This unit here has rallied. And again, you see how a phalanx does have that advantage over a single line. Now he's going to combat. And I think it's fairly obvious he's going to combat, first of all, this unit here. He is versus an exhausted unit. So his combat class is going to go up from A to hero class. Woo! Okay. So it's going to go up to hero class. And he's also going to have, let's have a look. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 supporting units. Again, you see the power of that phalanx. Remind ourselves that phalanx against heavy infantry is +1 to the dice roll. Okay, so he's got a +1 to the dice roll. But of course, he's going to -1, 2, 3 for those supporting units. Let's go. He didn't want that. 6 plus the 1 for versus heavy infantry is a 7, but -3. So he's got a 4. And let's have a look at 4, but this time on the hero combat class, which is right at the top there, the star. And we've got defender exhausted. Okay, obviously, the defender is going to take that exhaustion not on the target. He's going to take it next one up, like so. Okay, so these 3 have either combated or supported. So now we go on to here, and I think we'll go for this unit here. So this phalanx unit will combat this unit here, and he will have 1, 2 in support, because he can only choose from his own wing. So he's got 1 and 2 in support. There's no plus to the combat class because this isn't an exhausted unit. So there's +1 to the die roll. As we know, phalanx against heavy. So let's go with that die roll. Oh dear, this is going to be bad. It's a 1. +1 is 2, but -2 is 0. That's the supporting units. And 0 on A class is defender exhausted. Oh, that was nearly an elimination. Let's go here. Defender exhausted. Oh, thank goodness that wasn't a brittle unit. This phalanx is hammering our Principe's line here. We're not doing well. We're not getting under those pike and into the melee very well at all. Now, does Pyrrhus use the initiative marker? See, he's got to think as well. Does he want to hand the initiative back to Levinus? Oh, maybe not at this stage. What's Levinus going to do? Let's hand over this again. By the way, let's just do a victory check. So, because it was Piracy's turn, the victory check takes place against Levinus. So Levinus has a look how many victory points we have. We have 2 plus the 8 for the initial use of the elephants. That's 10. So Levinus has 10 against 6, 7 for Pyrrhus. Okay, so now it's Levinus's turn. Okay, I think Levinus too needs to rally and combat. So let's try and rally that unit here. He has 1 adjacent fresh unit. Let's roll. Oh, what was that? Couldn't see it. Oh, he rolled a 7 plus the 1 fresh unit, 8. He's rallied. That was cool. Come on, the guys. So now this guy who's going to attempt, whoops, get back into line. This guy who's going to attempt now has 2 adjacent. Come on, let's go. And we got a 6 plus the 2 for the adjacent fresh units is an 8. He's rallied. Come on, Rome. Player. Don't forget our rally limit is 4, so we can have up to 4 rally attempts. We've got 1 left to go. So this guy's going to attempt to rally now. He gets a +2. I better make sure I really roll this well. Come on. Oh dear, that one didn't go so well. He's got a 4 plus those 2 is 6. So he failed in his rally attempt. Okay. Combat. So this guy is going to combat this guy with 1 support. Now, if we look at the combat class modifier first of all, we have a flanking unit, which gives us a +1, so that B is now an A. Remember that B is now an A because of this flanking unit here. So we have heavy unit against a phalanx is a +1. Oh, we don't want that. We don't want that. So heavy unit against the phalanx is +1. We've got a 1. And that +1 makes a 2. -1 because there's 1 supporting unit, I said. So we're back down to a 1 on the B class. Look along the line. Defender exhausted. He's going to go here again. So the defender is going to exhaust this unit here. Oh, hang on. Which one were we fighting? We were fighting that one. Ah, no. He has to exhaust an adjacent unit. So it's either got to be this fella or this fella. So it's going to be this guy. Oh, and it's brittle. And it's brittle. So that's another loss. So this unit is going to fly over here as another 1 victory point for Levinus. Come on, horsey. Straighten up. Good lad. So, we now have to do a route check. So it's a phalanx adjacent to at least 2 other friendly units or adjacent to someone who is adjacent to 2 other friendly units. So we know from the last time that we are okay, actually. So it's a quick glance thing. We can have a look at that. So, for instance, he's adjacent to 1 other unit, but that unit is adjacent to 2 other units. Let's check over here. And we have the same. He's adjacent to 1 unit, but that unit is adjacent to 2. That unit is adjacent to 2, that unit is adjacent to 2, that unit is adjacent to 2, and so on. So the route check is okay. Okay, the next fight is this unit will combat that middle unit there with 1 in support. No flanking this time, so no change in combat class. Roll the dice, and it's a 5 plus 1 because we're fighting a phalanx, so that's a 6. And we're just minus 1 for the support, so it's back to a 5. On the B row, exchange. Exchange, so my supporting unit could exchange, or I could exchange. I'll have to go like so. Thank goodness. You know, sometimes turning these units over, your heart stops. Is it going to be a brittle unit? So there has to be an exchange here. And he's going to take that one. Like so. Quite a battle going on here now with this phalanx. This unit is now going to fight this unit with 1 in support. Same rules apply. There's no change in combat class. 5, ouch, didn't want that. There's a plus 1 because we're fighting a phalanx, so that's 6. Minus 1 is back to 5 on the B row. And it's exchange again. Ouch. Exchange. Gosh, there's some weariness appearing now in this line. So there has to be an exchange here. It's either going to be him or the one adjacent. Oh, look at this. He's going to take that. Oh! And he's revealed, look at the star, a hero unit. You see there's no white line on the back of those. There's no exhaustion, as it were. The exhaustion, the fight, has caused him to become a hero unit. But it also makes him quite a target. We have 1 fight left, and it's over here. We're going to fight him against him with 1 in support. Let's go. Same things apply. There's no change in combat class. Oh no, look at that, how high that is. 6 plus the 1 for versus a phalanx, minus 1. So it's a 6 on the B. That is not going to be good. I've got a feeling. Attacker exhausted. Ouch. Oh, we've got a hero. We need a hero. Two heroes show up in this clash of the Pyrrhic phalanx against this line of Principes here in this Manipular Legion. Wow, that was excellent. And so we go back over to our friend Pyrrhus. There's quite a few broken units here in this Roman front rank. Pyrrhus senses it might be time. Pyrrhus decides to have a mounted move, and Pyrrhus decides that that will be elephants. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. When you come up against cavalry, it's the equivalent of an interrupt, so he cannot now move. But those horses are terrified. The horses are screaming and rearing up because they're terrified of these huge elephants. They've not come across them before, the smell, the size. So now they have to bounce off that elephant by moving 1 square away. Can't move there, he would still be adjacent. And there 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 he would still be adjacent. This unit is eliminated. The horses end up being trampled. Wherever they go, they've got no safe square. And look at the victory points. Pyrrhus wins 2 victory points by using that elephant. But he's now stopped there. 1, 2, 3. Now, this cavalry unit has to, screaming and neighing, throwing their riders. He has to bounce off by 1 square. He can't move to any of these squares, because again it would still be, and this includes diagonally in the mounted case, still be adjacent to an elephant, and there, and there. Another cavalry unit eliminated, and another 2 points to Pyrrhus. Ouch! But again, it was an interrupt. 1, 2, 3. What a move from the elephants! Ho, ho, ho. Completely scattered, well, eliminated half of Lavinus's cavalry wing over here. They'd never seen the like. That was a dramatic move. Buoyed by the success and the carnage they can see on their right flank, Pyrrhus's purple phalanx is again going to seize the initiative and have another push against Lavinus's principes here by playing the initiative token. He senses that he might be near a decision. However, he has to pass that, obviously, over to Rome. But bang, he's going to go at it again. So, this unit against this unit. Alone. There's no additions to the combat class. He's not going to use any support. He's just going to go for it and hope for a low roll. An 8. Damn, that's not good. Plus the 1 point for versus heavy infantry. So that's a 9. And I said there's going to be no support. So I've got to stick to that. So it's a 9 on the A column. That can't be good for Pyrrhus. Attacker exhausted. There was no one in support. So the only thing that can get exhausted here now is this token. Now, the reason he didn't want to use support there is because he wanted to use all of his available support here against this unit. Oops. So, this phalanx unit here against this exhausted unit, and he's going to use 1, 2 support. He can't use that one because it's exhausted, but 2 support. And he goes up a class from A to hero because his verse is an exhausted unit. What was that? We have a 3 plus 1 for versus a heavy unit. That's a 4, but minus 2, so it's 2. And this time on the hero class. Defender exhausted. Does he take it? Yes. He's going to take it on an adjacent unit. Like so. 1 more. Him against him. 1 support. He goes up a class because his verse is an exhausted unit. So he goes from A to hero. He rolls his dice. 7. He didn't want that. Plus the 1 versus heavy infantry. But minus 2 support. Hang on. That was used in support before, wasn't it? Okay. That was used in support before. My mistake. So he only has 1 in support. So it's plus 1 up to 8, minus 1 back down to 7. There we go. So it's 7 on the, he went up a class, the hero column. Exchange. Well, Lavinus has no option. He's going to have to exchange this one. Lavinus's fighting strength has almost disappeared. Because don't forget, exhausted units cannot combat. He is going to have to take it behind him here. Oh! And there we go. It's another brittle unit. So there'll be a rout check. And another victory point, by the way, for Lavinus. We're still the same. I don't think anything has changed. Adjacent to 2. He's adjacent to someone who is adjacent to 2. And the same there. Okay, so he escaped that one. Was that worth it? Was it worth Pyrrhus using that initiative token and handing it back to Levinus? Do you know, it maybe was. Because look, this whole line of Principes is almost wholly ineffective now, or ineffective. He checks victory conditions before he finishes his turn by checking Levinus, who has 8 for the use of elephants, plus 4, 12. Let's just check our own, Piracy's own. He has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Things are going well, but still sort of evenly matched. But you know what? I wouldn't put any money on Levinus right now. It's looking really dodgy. What a battle. Just had to pause there. Dead battery. These things happen. Right, okay. Things are still the same, but just squared things up a little bit. So, back to Levinus. There's no option. We have to try and rally this line of Principes here. And to give ourselves the best chance, we will use Aquila and Rally. There's our standard. If any of you are wondering what that was, by the way, it's a Roman standard, as you can see there. Right. Okay, so we know that using Aquila Rally will give us a +1 to our die roll. But there's not a lot of fresh units to support rallying troops here. This is not going to be easy at all, is it? Okay, so let's try this chap first, because he has the support of a +1. Let's go. Without further ado, roll, roll, roll. And we, 1. A natural 1. On a rally, that is eliminated. I think it's the first time in this game that that's happened, isn't it? On a rally roll. Ah! I have one more die roll left from my Aquila, I said. Fortuna marker. One more die roll left. I'm going to re-roll that die roll. Come on, Fortuna. Come on. Right, okay. Sacrifice something. I don't know. Just do something. Let's go. Let's re-roll for this guy with a +1 and a +1. And we got a 6. Fortuna smiled on us. That's amazing, because we got the +1 and +1. So now he is rallied. That's so cool. We were lucky there. We almost had another eliminated unit. The Fortuna token now passes, of course, over to Pyrrhus. Okay, so that was the first attempt. Let's try another attempt here. Okay, so it's this one with +1 and +1. What we need is another 6, isn't it, really? Oh, close but no cigar. No rally, and that was our second attempt. That was that guy. Back to here. Same again. Come on. Be good to us. No good. 4 plus the 1 plus the 1. That was our third attempt. We get one more. No, 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 no. Please, no. Okay. Let's try this guy in the middle for our last rally attempt. No pluses except the Aquila. And it's a 3. That was not a good round. Oh, how's that moved? That was not a good round. Levinus is playing the initiative to take another full turn. Oh, come on. What do we do? Do we use it to rally, or do we use it to combat? We'll use it to rally, and we're going again Oh no! Hang on. No. We'll use our full turn for rally combat. I'm going to take a punt. Okay? Initiative goes back over to Piracy. And first of all, we're going to try rally again. We have 4 attempts. This guy with the support of that guy there. So it's just +1. Come on, please. What we got? A 7. A 7. Okay, so we got another rallied element here of our wing. Okay. So this guy here. Come on. The gods are with us now. Come on. The gods are not with us. That was a natural 1 on a rally attempt. I've no longer got the Fortuna marker. I can't re-roll it. Eliminated. Elimination. And it's another 2 victory points. This time for Piracy. An elimination on a rally attempt does not cause a route check. Okay? Third go. This guy here with a +1. Oops, moving my. Okay, this guy here, +1. 4, which means a 5, no good. 1 left, that's this guy. No pluses whatsoever. I've got no alternative but to roll an 8. And I've rolled a 5. So that's it. This is a really bad turn for Levinus. Not only have we lost another unit, we also used the initiative marker in our desperation. There's a lesson there, I think. And now we're going to have to combat. So let's do this. My first combat is going to be here, because this is a hero. And we're going to hit this unit directly in front of us, like so. We know we're going to get a +1, because it's heavies against phalanx. There's no change to our combat class. There's no modifier there. The only good thing is we're rolling on the hero row. And we have 1 in support. So let's go. Roll low. Roll low. I mean, you've been rolling low, Paul. Come on. Roll low now. And okay, we've got a 3. Plus the 1 versus phalanx, which is 4. -1 for the support, which is back to 3. And a 3 on the hero column at the top. Defender, exhausted. Good. So, does he take it? It's got to be on himself or this guy here. Let's go. This guy here. Dun, dun, dun. Like so. Oh. If ever Levinus was hoping to hit a brittle unit, that was it. But it's not. Got to do it. We're going to go 1-on-1. 1-on-1. Let's go. No change to the class. We've got a 1 +1, which is a 2 on the B. That was nearly an exchange. It's defender exhausted. I love it. Well done. Take a promotion. Defender exhausted. He's going to go here, obviously. Oh, brittle units. That's what we were looking for. Brittle unit. Come on. Okay, so we'll take that as a victory point. He is next to a guy there who is adjacent to 2. And it's the same all the way around, isn't it? He is next to a guy there that's adjacent to 2. He is adjacent to 2. He is adjacent to a guy who is adjacent to 2. He is adjacent to him who is adjacent to 2. And these guys are okay. Route check, okay. Now, we go along here, we're running out of people to play with. We're going to go this guy versus that unit there. We go upper class because we're versus an exhausted unit. So we're going to go up to class A. We know it's +1 because we're fighting a phalanx. And we'll use 1 support. Oh no. That's bad. In combat, that's bad, isn't it? We needed that for our rallies. Okay, so it's the +1, which is 9. -1, which is back to 8 on the A row. Attacker exhausted. We'll go here. Please, oh, thank goodness for that. And we've got 1 left, which is just this guy here with no support. Mind you, this guy did well last time, come on. So he will attack the guy directly in front of him, +1, because it's a phalanx, yeah. No support. Here goes. What's that? Oh, again, 7, plus the 8 for versus a phalanx. And it's on the B. It's going to be that again, isn't it? Attacker exhausted. No option, it has to be this. And we're back to where we started. We basically achieved nothing. And in fact, we lost that entire round. Bad decisions there. As I said, I keep repeating this. I am not making the optimal moves, but it's demonstrating how this kind of thing can go. And maybe some thoughts in your head as well, thinking, I'd have done a line change. Would you? Because that is a good point. I was very tempted to do a line change, but we'd have lost a lot anyway because of the amount that was exhausted. And then that's our last throw of the dice as well. Heavy decisions. Okay. So it's over to our pal, and I think we know him quite well now, young Piracy. Okay, another new rule coming up. This is Piracy's move, look. This is what Piracy is going to do. He is going to Heraclea combat. But he's not going to use the Heraclea just for a stronger combat command to get that -1. No, we're using the Heraclea for its other use, and that is to command the entire army. Or rather, at this stage of warfare, the entire foot troops. So he's going to give the combat command to both of his wings. There's a slight cost to that, and that is, I hope this is on camera, his rally limit has to go down to 3 to use that all the foot wings command. But he's now using the Heraclea for that alternative, because I wanted to show you that, so we'll do it now. And it's a good move anyway, don't you think? Because look at all these exhausted units. I think Piracy smells victory. The first thing he'll do, he wants to attack this hero unit here, because if that hero unit gets exhausted, it's worth 4 points. So he will attack him, but with no modifiers, because there's no support here, no adjacent units. We know there's a +1 to the die roll, so let's go. A 5, that's not good for him really, is it? +1 to the die roll is 6 on the A class. Attacker exhausted. Oh, has he blundered? Attacker exhausted. There's no one to give it to, it has to be him. Attacker exhausted. There we go. Next one, he's gonna, yes, he'll attack him with 1 in support. No change to the combat class, but there's +1 because he's attacking heavy infantry. We've got a 6. +1 versus heavy infantry, which is 7, -1 because of 1 support. So, okay, it's back down to 6. On the A column, oh, is that the same again? Exchange. Okay, so we know he has to exchange. And we know he has to exchange. Exhausted unit. So that's another victory point there for Pyrrhus. And we now have to do a route check. He has to be within 2, and he's not. He's not within 2 of anybody. We know he isn't, and he isn't in touch with someone who is obeying that rule. Route. A big 4, because that's the hero. When we lose a hero, our rally limit goes down 1. And route. Another point here. We're going to have to add up Pyrrhus's points very soon. Oh dear, this looks dreadful. Okay, next. This guy here will attack this unit here with 1, 2 in support. Okay? +1 to his combat class because he's facing exhausted unit. So he goes up to hero class with the star. And he's got 2 in support. Oh, 1 plus the 1 for versus heavy infantry. So that's 2, but -2, 0. 0 on the hero class. The star at the top. Defender eliminated. That's another elimination, and that's another 2 points. Oh gosh. Route check. Oh no! Is he... Well, he's not within 2 squares. Is he within 2? 1, 2, no. Oh no. Nobody is within 2 squares who is themselves within 2 squares of friendly units. Him has only 1. Does he satisfy it? He has only 1, and it's the same the other way. Route. The whole line has gone. That's devastating. We should have done a line change. That is dreadful. But you know what? He's not going to move. Instead, in a desperate effort to at least get some points back, he's going to do a cavalry move. And we're going 1, 2, like so. So let's do our cavalry combat. We'll take this diamond against that diamond. That was a natural 8. That's amazing. So he has to, retreat 1. If he goes there, he's still adjacent. Because in this type of instance, with cavalry, the diagonal does still count. There he's adjacent. That's eliminated. That's an elimination. So he goes over like so. Let's try another one. 2 diamonds against no diamonds. So he rolls both dice and plus his 2 to each. Oh! We have a 1 and an 8. Can't re-roll. The 8 means that he has to retreat. And he can. And the 1 means that he is eliminated and goes over to Pyrrhus for his victory points. We have 1 left over here, which is 1 die. And we've rolled a 1. He is eliminated and goes over to Pyrrhus. Oh no! Okay. Oh, this couldn't get much worse. This guy over here against this guy. There's no pluses, just a single die. And it's a 6, so that's no good. This guy against this guy here. And it's going to be the same again. A natural 1. Elimination. And finally, this guy against this guy here. Against the diamond. We have a 3. So no effect. Now, just to explain, the reason I did that was because when I lost my Principes here, it wasn't a line change. So my Triarii do not get an automatic line change move. Instead, I'd have had to give them a move command to move up there. And of course, you cannot give them move and combat because the combat is on the reverse side of the move token. So really, there's not a lot I could have done with that. I could have moved them up. Yeah, but that's it. No combat. It was a desperate attempt then to try and get some victory points, and I lost out on that one too. End of Levinus's turn. So we go over to the victory phase and we count Piracy's victory points. Of the Hastati points, we have 3, 6. Of the Principes, we have another 6, another 4, another 3, another 2. So we have 6, 12, 18, 21, and 4, 25, 8, which is 33, 34. And that's enough, because to win, he needs 25 points and 5 points more than Levinus. Let's just check. Levinus has 2, 4, and 3 there. He's 7, plus the 8 that we took from the first use of the elephants. So that's 15. So great victory goes to Piracy. That was a great battle. But if you watched this far, you deserve some bonus footage. Because I really hoped I was going to be able to show an elephant charge, but that didn't quite happen. We did some here against the cavalry, which was a good demonstration, I think, but with a bit more to demonstrate. So let's demonstrate the elephant charge. Now, elephants. I've invented a situation here. It's not a realistic situation, as you can see, because where's the Hastati? They're not here. I've got a row of heavy infantry here, and I've got the Triarii row here. Notice they are heavy infantry. These have a P, which means that they are actually phalanx troops being armed in that manner, but it's a very narrow phalanx, unlike Piracy's phalanx. So the situation is not realistic, but I want to demonstrate how it would work. Pyrrhus would, for instance, declare an elephant move, and the elephants move 4, and he would go 1, 2, 3, 4. He has to stop. The elephants can move freely through friendly troops, providing they can get through within their move allowance. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in this particular situation, there's nothing much that this second row can do about it. If the hastati were there, yes, absolutely. The hastati can then skirmish against those elephants, and the elephants are very vulnerable to that. We'll just put the player's aid section up here, so you can follow this through. So, okay, so let's say we have that situation now, just demonstrated that they can move freely through their own forces. Now, let's see the charge happen. They can move 4 spaces, can't they? So, this elephant moves first. Let's say 1, 2, 3. And he has 1 move left. If he has any movement left at all, he must now charge. If that was his 4th square, he wouldn't charge because his movement is over. But he has 1 spare, so he does charge. And he charges against this phalanx unit here. So let's roll a die. The first thing we're looking for is see if we can get a 1, a natural 1. That's it. Because that will cause that elephant to rampage. They're not all that reliable. And a spear in the right place could cause that elephant to rampage. So let's just check. So the first thing we do, rampage check. And what have we got? A 7. So he's okay. The next thing we would do is see if this guy can jump out of the way. But a phalanx unit or an exhausted unit cannot jump out of the way. Exhausted units, I suppose, fairly self-explanatory. A phalanx unit because they're too densely packed together. So he is destroyed, as simple as that, and goes over as victory points, and the elephant continues to his natural limit. The next elephant has 4 movements. So he goes 1 to there. And now we do the same again. Roll. And we got an 8. So he doesn't rampage. And now we roll to avoid him. Now we roll and we plus our current rally limit. And our current rally limit over here for the Romans is 3. Come on. 6 plus 3 is 9. We've avoided it. So he continues. He, if you like, runs through us because we part the way. So we went 1, 2, 3. Simple as that. As long as there's an available space, he can do that. If there wasn't an available space, he would stay where he is. And he's still got 1 left. So again, he has to attack. He has to charge. Let's roll that 1. We don't get it. We know it's a phalanx unit, so he is automatically destroyed. And the elephant continues. Pretty darn devastating, these guys. Okay, the third elephant, he comes in. Let's roll. Let's see if we can get that natural 1. It's an 8, no good. So let's see if we can avoid him. 5 plus the 3, which is my rally limit, which is 8. Again, I've avoided him. And he's gone through. He will attack. But first, oh, they're all falling out of place anyway, look. So he'll attack this phalanx, but first, 1. He's been stuck. Now, elephant will go on the rampage. First of all, which direction is that elephant going to run in? Let's have a look. 4. Oh, he's going to go forward. And how many number of squares? 1 square. So again, he's going to attack. 7. Plus my rally limit. My phalanx guy actually... Oh, no. Sorry, nearly forgot that. The phalanx guy can't avoid it. So he gets crushed. And he moves that 1 square. On his rampage. Now we go to the final elephant who moves 1. He has to charge. Will we get a natural 1? No, we get a 2. Do we avoid him? No, we don't. 1 plus 3. He's crushed. Like so. And he moves into that square and stops. There's your elephant charge. Devastating. Bit of bonus content. And I'm glad I was able to do it. Okay, I have to thank you for watching. It's been an immense series. I've absolutely loved every minute of this. And take it from me, have a look through that battle book if you can. All the battles are very different. Slowly, some of the special rules for veteran, combined arms, Marian rule get worked into the battles as we go through the years, as the Roman Republican army develops. And we meet new enemies as well. We'll meet the Celtic tribes, and we'll end in the Civil War where you have legion against legion. A fantastic battle system. Okay, as I've said many times now, what I've really been trying to do is show as many of the rules as I possibly can going through that rule book. I hope we've done that. I may have made the odd mistake. If I have, it may have been that my mind would have been going a bit too fast for me to remember, and sometimes you trip over things, or I may have misspoke, of course. But please put your comments down below. That would be really great. I really appreciate that and enjoy that interaction and that feedback. Please like if you can, and please subscribe. And most importantly, go and buy this game. It's a beauty. Thank you. We'll see you again very, very soon, I hope. Cheers now. Bye-bye.